Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. Today I'm really excited because we have a really badass build, a Hooligan build. This bike is from Samuele. This is a KTM 890 2022 model, and we did quite a few of mods, some of which were already present on the bike because Samuele had already installed parts himself. And installing parts himself, he realized the difference in quality of things like the Akrapovic, but then moving on to some AliExpress parts that have already lost color, and these will surely change, not now but in the future, because we have here at the workshop a CNC 3-axis machine coming in soon. This means we will be able to do CNC machine parts here in-house and then anodize them or powder coat them in order to provide a much superior quality than the one you can get in China. But now let's get into this really Hooligan build. I think this not only will be a great bike to ride on the trails and on hard off-road, but also I think it gives a real unique and special look to the bike. We start clearly from the front, which is the part where I worked most. First, you know, I'm not a fan of the closed handguards with the aluminum bars. We placed these factory rally handguards that, before you ask me, are available through Rebel Export. So if you're interested in these handguards, they're available in white with also white mud flap, in orange, and also in full black. The reason why factory teams at Dakar use these type of handguards is because they provide a much bigger protection with this mud flap, both for when it's very cold, but also from all the rocks. But being in plastic and having these inside reinforcement, what will happen in case of crash, when you have the aluminum handguards, they can really damage your hands badly, but not only, they can also twist very easily the handlebar. With these plastic ones, the plastic will bend to an extent where it won't damage the handlebars and will keep your levers protected, but also in case of crash, if your hand ends underneath, for sure the damage on your hand will be less. This is the reason in Dakar everyone uses this model. Front part, the most interesting one for sure, is the Ultralight Adventure Rally Kit by Rebel Exports. This is usually mounted on KTM 690, on KTM EXC 450, Husqvarna and GasGas. We thought, why not try to place this lightweight kit on the KTM 890 or 790 in order to reduce the weight of the OEM headlight, because it's really heavy. It's, I think, over 3 kilos, the whole assembly, whereas this full assembly is about 1.5 kilos. And having everything smaller and more compact, but also having more sturdy mount for your phone, your tablet, and so on, I think this makes the bike more rideable, especially when you're on tight trails or in ruts. This windshield, being so compact, for sure doesn't provide the best airflow, so it's more indicated for who wants a bike for a hardcore use rather than a road use, because in that case you want to go with the full nav tower by Rebel X with the KTM Rally Replica windshield. That gives a better airflow than the OEM windshield and OEM headlight. Behind here we have two 40 watt each LED lights. We have a flood and a spotlight. So the floodlight acts as your low beam and the spotlight is your high beam. Everything works directly with the OEM switch. Then on the tower you have the placement also for the turn indicators, but in this case, since Samuele had very small turn indicators, we have these brackets that are available as optional for small turn indicators so that they come out of the windshield. If you use the OEM turn indicators, you can just bolt them directly in the tower. Here on the side of the Ultralight Rally Kit, you can see we have a 4-way fuse box. This is the same fuse box used by factory teams because it makes it really easy to see if you have a broken fuse, because you have a red LED that turns on if the fuse is broken. Furthermore, it makes connections even on the go very quick because you have here 4 power outlets and everything is wired directly with the OEM wiring of the bike, so fully plug and play. From the side you can see the turn indicator bracket, but also the on-off switch that has also an LED around when you turn it on, and this you can wire it to whatever you prefer. So maybe you want your phone charger to be able to switch it on or off and so on. Then at the moment underneath here there is a prototype, so still not finalized bracket with the 2 quick charge USB ports and voltmeter display that has also its internal switch to turn it on and off. I say this is a pre-production prototype because there wasn't the application for the 890, 790, and here at the workshop we custom made the brackets in order for this kit to fit on the 790, 890. So probably this then will go into production and be sold by Rebel X, but at least you know here there's my touch of design. And for sure this that you see is a pre-production model. The production model, it could vary in regards to the USB port bracket. Now from the rider's point of view, you can see that this tower is mounted directly on the triple clamps. This means it turns together with the handlebar. This, in my opinion, is an added value because on a big bike like the 790, 890, for me when riding I prefer it much more when it's on the handlebar because it turns with me, so it doesn't like confuse me, you know, when I'm turning and the tower stays straight. Furthermore, it reduces the weight and is super agile. I used it recently also in Sardinia, and I'm actually thinking of using this tower solution also for Dakar, because when you have all the instruments and all the weight really compact to the triple clamps, you actually feel it less than having a big bulkier tower. But you know, that's personal preference. Everyone has different preferences. I prefer it like this, especially if I go on the trails in ruts and so on. On top of the dashboard, you can see we placed a quad lock mount with the anti-vibration because Samuele will always use it with his phone. From this point of view, you can see also the double take mirrors, the ultra compact ones. These are perfect if you do a lot of off-road because they're out of the way, but at the same time they provide you enough to see what's behind you even when you're on the road. And in my opinion, they give the bike a much better look. I'm not a big fan, you know, of bulky mirrors, also because many times they impact with your arm when you're standing up and they can be dangerous in case of crash. I think that this solution by Double Take Mirror is just superb, and I would always go with these. Always here on the handlebar section, you see that the handlebar is mounted on anti-vibration mounts, and in this case we have an SRT handlebar that has a bigger bend, a taller bend, more comfortable for when you're riding standing up. Here we have a tire pressure sensor to see always and keep monitored the tire pressure front and rear, but also here we have the 7 solid handlebar switch to command your phone or your tablet. You'll be able to navigate even in Google Maps and any GPX or roadbook app. You'll be able to command your smartphone or smart device directly from your handlebar. Cool thing about the 7 solid solution is that this is the most compact Bluetooth switch available on the market. Really important on bikes like the 790 because you have a lot going on and you don't have a lot of space to mount handlebar commands. So this is a great solution. From the side view, you can see the custom graphic we made in matte black finish for this bike, even though there aren't many plastics because the rear plastics were removed, the side panels, to give it a more racing look with a frame that's all visible. And here a piece of plexiglass was placed in order to protect inside but still leave all the frame visible. The graphic kit was produced here in house with a special material that has a super high-tack glue and with the matte finish that together with a matte lamination, 300 micron of thickness plus 250 microns of the print sheet, so that's almost 600 micron. This also provides a cleaner look with no air bubbles, but also protects everything more from scratches. From the front you can see that also different set of fuel tanks was installed, different bash plate, the foot pegs, we have bigger foot pegs, and also for the rear brake, an enlarger of the footprint of the rear brake. Then we have here a bit of AliExpress CNC machine, and clearly you can see they were not able to sustain a bit of sun because the anodization has already faded. Moving back, you have the Akrapovic exhaust. This provides much better sound, but also much better looks to the bike compared to the OEM. Last but not least, we have a different rear wheel from Kite with a CNC machine hub, but also this wheel has a smaller rim, a 250 inches rim. This is so that you can install either mousse or also because you can install many more off-road specific tires like the Michelin Desert and the other more aggressive tires. In this case here, there is a set of handless that are almost at the end of their life, so they will soon be changed. Another very useful and cool feature with these tanks is that you get a small compartment here in the front where you can store your keys, your wallet, and like when you're on the highway, you never know where to put everything. This comes really in handy, and all this section is made in carbon like the bash plate, giving a great racing look. Before you ask me in the comments, why did I not clean the bike? Why is it dirty? Well, there is a policy here at my workshop. Since I'm a very precise person and I'm actually obsessive about things being precise, like for example, on the tower not having external wires, because on certain towers you see external wires and stuff, and to me it makes me vomit. It just looks so unprofessional. You know, I have the fetish for cables and everything being nice and closed and not visible, but at the same time accessible, because here on this tower you can remove just one side of the tower and work on the cables. But anyway, this said, my policy here at the workshop for cleaning bikes is that I charge 130 euros to wash a bike, because for me it's hours of work, because if I start washing the bike, I'll strip it down, I'll wash everything, I'll use specific products to properly clean, from the contact cleaner to clean all the wiring section to other sprays. So it's really a job that requires me many hours, because for me it's impossible to just give it a quick clean. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw the CRF 450L that I'm rebuilding with James. We stripped it down, cleaned all the frame, everything, and you know, that takes time, and sometimes it can take almost a day to properly clean your bike. But if you clean properly your bike, everything will last forever. Well, let me know in the comments below what you think about this Hooligan KTM 890 build, if you like it, if it's something you ever thought about, removing the OEM tower to put something that's much more compact and much more lightweight. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'm coming up with other cool bike builds I still have in store, and I need to post the Yamaha Tenere build, and I'll promise this will come out in July, because in July we are packed with lots of activities, lots of also press launches. Furthermore, if you're interested in the handguards or interested in the Ultralight Adventure Tower for the 890-790, this product probably will go on pre-order on the RebelX website, so contact them in case you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!